Hey guys, welcome back. This is lesson 6 of Back to Sky, and today we're going to be going over revising and planning our landing pattern. So let's get to it.
Now all DZs should have an aerial picture of the landing area. So at the start of the day, we want to check this out and get familiar with it. This can also be where the winds and the spot are shown, so we can also get familiar with the conditions. Your DZ should have a set landing pattern depending on the winds. Some DZs might use an arrow or a T in the landing area to show the direction, while others might have the landing direction on the board with the winds or drawn on the aerial view like they do here at Skydive Auckland. All of these work fine so long as you're aware of the system in place and how to follow it. If you have any questions, it's best to ask your DZSO, CI or an instructor before jumping. You should also know the winds at and below your opening altitude. This is helpful as it lets us know where your holding area will be and also how quick or slow you will get there after opening. If we know the winds are stronger, then we need to make sure we hold into the correct direction, be careful not to overshoot our holding area, and be put in the wrong spot. If this happens, it can cause us to enter our landing pattern incorrectly or land off. Now the numbers are great and they give us a really good idea of what's going on, but we definitely want to check the landing area for ourselves and have a look at what the winds are doing on the ground. Using wind blades, windsocks, or any other available wind indicators will help with this. Also, watching others land can be a good way to check how the winds are affecting patterns and landings. So now we have our landing direction, we can think about the actual landing pattern. Starting with our pattern heights, think about when do we leave our holding area and start our downwind leg, when do we turn onto our base leg, and when do we turn onto our final. We want to stick to these as best and safely as we can. If you're jumping with a didder, some can also be used to set our landing heights. It's just another tool along with our alti that we can use. But remember, using your eyes and looking where you're going is your primary tool to avoid any dangerous situations. Next, we can think about where we are placing these setup points above the landing area in order to be accurate and land where we want to. This is when knowing the ground winds and factoring them in is very important, and using the aerial photo of the DZ will help a lot with this. It's important to remember that doing our pattern safely and predictable is more important than landing right on that spot that you wanted to. A few other things to think about. Make note of any hazards in and around the landing area. Be familiar with your off-DZ landing options, just in case you need to use them. Be aware of how different weather conditions and temperatures can affect your landing. Keep an eye out for traffic and do your best to create separation for landing. For more experienced jumpers, doing a big turn or generating power from a 90, dialing it back and not pushing as hard is always a good idea for the first few back. Finally, if you're in doubt or uncomfortable about the conditions for any reason, then don't jump. You can stay on the ground to watch a couple of loads land and get a better idea of what to expect. This might mean waiting until conditions improve, or simply that you jump another day.
So it's lesson 6 all done and dusted on revising and planning that landing pattern of yours. Hopefully this has helped, and we'll see you next time for lesson number 7.